okay?
Uh-oh. Low network connection. You can still record a video. It won't be live. See what I mean?
Oh. Well, let's see the hotspot.
Oh. Hey. Oh my gosh. Is it working? Look, I didn't even realize it. Uh-oh.
Okay.
We're live. What are you supposed? Oh yeah.
Live Q&A with Morgan and Audrey.
Okay.
Mason, you're not supposed to copy me.
All right, you guys. That was that. That was that.
It, Mason.
All right. Upstairs.
iPads.
Upstairs.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Mimi a hug. You ruined it, Peyton.
Y'all.
Nope. Yeah, you. I'm
Let me
gonna
tell
go
y'all
down here.
something. All right. Upstairs.
Go. Okay, people are... What, man? What does your mom say?
Hey, sissy. How you
What does your mom
doing?
say? Go.
Upstairs. Get your iPad. Chill out. Yep. You did a good job. You did a really good job. I'm proud of you.
Did. Thanks.
Yes, you did. What did you want to say? Did you want to say it too? Come say it. Come on. Come.
I'm gonna get it.
Hey, Nene. Because if one does it, the other has to do it. Give that to Peyton and come here, Mason. What do you want to say? P?
Mimi, here's your phone.
P, what do you want to say? Mason, what do you want to say? You don't.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. Come on, Mason. Say live Q&A. Huh?
It's live Q&A
With?
with Morgan and Audrey.
There you go.
Morgan and Nene.
That's right.
No, with Morgan and Audrey.
Because Nene what? Oh, okay. All right. Well, that wasn't the right Nene. That's a different Nene. Cousin Trevor said hi. Yeah, it's a different Nene. You got a couple Nenes.
Okay. No, he only has one Nene.
Yeah, one Nene, but he's got a couple Nenes.
Okay, go.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Hi. I haven't done a live video in a very long time. Kind of weird for
Dog,
me.
move.
Huh? Y'all can't see Charlie.
You can't
on the
see
low,
Charlie
but he's
at us.
Yeah, Charlie's right here. P, take it upstairs.
Just pretend I'm not here.
No.
Yeah, keep it quiet. Okay? Keep it quiet. All right, thank you. Oh, man. Okay, so I'm sorry. Before we even get it crack-a-lacking, let me see if I can share this. No, that's an invite. Oh, sweet Jesus. My bad. I thought that I could share it. All right, we'll just have to share it later.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, my bad. Okay. I was going to share it and keep it going, but so sorry that we're late. As you see, life.
Life. But she's perpetually late, y'all. It's not just the kids. iPad.
Did I tell you that she was late getting over here?
No, I was here at 6:10.
You were not.
Yeah, I was.
Whatever.
And I worked.
Charlie.
Okay.
I work too.
Home with the kids, yeah.
All day. The kids were out today.
Okay. Yes, here we go.
Okay. So I don't know if you all tuned in. I believe y'all tuned in, for the first Q&A. So just to kind of catch you all up, we did a live Q&A. My mother wrote an ebook of poetry called Transparency. So silly. And at that time, she talked about the ebook. The ebook was about her divorce and the 5 stages of grief around the divorce. And I thought that having a live Q&A at that time would just kind of give people more of an insight of her and like the inner workings of her. Because even though she's just so beautiful and sensual and lovely and vibrant and bright, she can also be a hermit and mean the next day. And you're like, what the hell? So it was just more of a way to kind of get the word out about the book and also kind of get the word out about her. Because the older she gets, the more honorary she gets.
Yep. The more eclectic I get.
Now I had questions written out at that point in time, but this time I kind of wanted to just kind of leave it like live and open so everyone else can ask questions as well. Now, the biggest question at that time we did the live Q&A was, where's the written book? Go upstairs. Go. Before everybody on here see me beat that ass. Go.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
It's real. It's real over here.
That's right.
I'm just going to be me. I don't hide that. Sorry.
No. You're my daughter. Hello. The honor is genetic.
But okay, and I don't even see comments. So if all I saw was just Trevor putting hey.
Yeah, he said hey, family.
Yeah, but I mean, so if anybody else is putting anything,
okay,
I'll try to find them.
Yeah,
I'll try to see. But God, I lost my train of thought. Oh, the biggest question at that time was, when is the book coming out? Some people still like the art of an actual book. I know I do. I'm not a fan of ebooks, although I did buy it at that time and it was amazeballs. But she actually printed the book. So that is why we're back on here for another live Q&A, to actually showcase the book. And then on top of that, with the printed version, she's added an extra bonus in the printed version that's different from the ebook. So let's go back and explain the book itself. Tell us a little bit about the actual book.
Okay. The book is a culmination of about 3 years of love, marriage, happiness, confusion, mystifying reasonings as to why and why not, then separation, divorce. And anybody that's gone through anything traumatic in their life, the 5 stages of grief were originated by psychologists, and they mimic the stages you go through when you lose someone or you have a death. Well, marriage and the loss of marriage is like a death. So it became quite evident to me as I was writing poetry through this 3-year cycle that they were lining up in specific categories that mimicked those 5 stages. But the last stage is acceptance, and the last stage is recovery, and the last stage is you get back to you. And the process usually takes about 2 years, and sometimes you don't even realize it. And by the time you're in it, and you're like, oh my God, I'm not freaked anymore. Yeah. I'm not crazy anymore. Yeah. I don't give a shit anymore. So that is what transpired with the writing of the poetry. So then it just became necessary to chronologue the poetries based on the stages, and then I wrote the ebook. And it took 3 years to birth that baby, okay? And so after I did the ebook, yes, like Morgan said, some people are very, very comfortable with, electronics. Yeah. I am one. I am a geek. I am a techno geek. I love it. I would be an IT person down in the belly of a office somewhere with the IT guys and the pocket protector, and I'd never see the light of day. But other people, but other people still like a paperback. Yes. And a lot of people told me that the paperback would be more viable in the commercial market. So I went back and I reformatted it for paperback. But then I felt, okay, I want to complete the story. There's an aftermath. And the aftermath to that is, I'm a bad bitch. So I wanted everybody to know that, I started out one way and I recovered and I got back to me, an even better me. Right. So there is another section in the book called Aftermath. And then I also went back and tightened up the prologue. I wanted to mention some of the people that were so pivotal in my life during this period. And I left a special tribute to my little doggie. So
did you?
Yeah, that's in there too. So I'm very proud. I'm very proud of the ebook. I was proud of myself just to have gone through the process, and I was literally in awe that I, had completed it and did it. And so then when the paperback finally came, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. So it's just spurred something that I've been doing most of my life, which is writing. And so now I'm already on the second book, and the second book will be nothing like this. The second book will be informative and more commercial.
Yeah. We won't go into that. We'll save that.
Yeah, but that's top secret.
Right.
Top secret.
I'm actually looking. Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm taking my time looking through the book.
Was your writing like a rebirth?
Very good question.
That's a very good question. Thank you, niece. Thank you, niece. Yeah, because going through those stages is like a rebirth. Yes. When you lose someone, I'm sure everybody watching has lost someone very, very close to them. It's hard. It's extremely hard. And that's what dictates the line that you go through those stages. But eventually you get to the other side. And some deaths you can reconcile, rationalize, and set it aside. Others stay with you for your entire life. And that's one thing I talked about in the book too. After losing my parents, I think I can recover from anything. From absolutely anything. But yeah, it was like a rebirth of sorts for me. So that was a very good question.
Holy moly.
You know, because I am a phoenix, you know, I'm a Scorpio, and the totem animal for Scorpio is phoenix. Yeah. And so, yeah, it's definitely like rising from the ashes, for sure.
An eagle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Now, at the time when I originally asked you, because I got to say, like, I took my time to actually read the ebook, you know, because... You know, Mom has always been a writer. She's always done poems, you know, as poetry as far back as I can remember. But reading the ebook for myself, I can honestly say that it gave me an insight to the woman. It's different when you're the daughter and you're here on this side. Of course, you're going to side with your mom and you're going to want to protect her and be there. But it was something to read. And some of them, I got to admit, I kind of skimmed through. As y'all can imagine. Amazing. And
yeah, the sensual one, she skipped over.
We skipped over a few, okay? They get a little explicit for my taste. I don't like explicit stuff. No. Not when it's your mother, okay? So for my family, you might just want to...
Oh, they can handle it.
Yeah. So, but it gave me more of an insight to the woman. And that is what I enjoyed. So I'm actually looking forward to reading about the aftermath.
Thank you.
Because, you know... I do know some people, you know, who are kind of like stuck in that middle ground.
Yeah, I was very surprised. Yeah. A lot of young women, right? Okay, younger women, right? And contacted me, messaged me, you know, and they were like, "Oh my God, you know, this is so wonderful, and I'm kind of stuck, and how did you do this? And I can't get past, you know." So there's been a lot of encouragement to a lot of people that I didn't know. Yeah. And so that's been amazing. Yeah. It has. It's been amazing.
So it doesn't necessarily speak to the person or what went wrong. No. There's no blaming here. No. Yeah. Regardless of the reason. Right. You can get to the other side.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And that's what part of the...
Pete?
Yeah?
See how she do? Peyton, upstairs. Pause it. Y'all, just don't listen.
That was part of the aftermath. The aftermath lets people know that, again, I said this the first Q&A that we did, so it bears repeating. And my uncle is on here too. Hi, Uncle Mal. So it bears repeating. There was no heinous, there was no abuse, there was no infidelity, there was none of those things. It was a conscious decision by a spouse who felt that he could not, you know, we had to be not just equally yoked, but you have to be in the same frame. You have to be in the same plane in order to, you know, make a union work. Yeah. And so he made an admission. I give him all his props and praise for making that admission. Okay, because we could have gone on for years under the guise, you know, and nobody wants to masquerade in a relationship, you know, because then you can't be your authentic self. Right. Now, of course, was it devastating? Yes. But when I got on the other side, the aftermath side, I had to, you know, applaud the fact that he was honest to himself. And that's all any of us can do, is be honest to ourselves. So this is about my journey after the free fall.
I like that. You sound just like my aunt. Yes. And I can only imagine. Transparency. Somebody please share that on my wall. I don't know why for some reason I can't do that. But I know that there were other people, other friends of mine who wanted to be a part of this. And I know a few of them have already requested you to come see. Yeah. But at the same time, I know that they're not a part of this. So I do apologize.
Yeah, but we'll put it out there. Trust me. Yeah. Yeah. So, and if you know people that have questions, they can message me. They can DM me. They can go to, you know, the webpage now. Yeah. So, you know, I am and literally the title is me. I'm an open book.
Yes, you are.
Okay, I always have been.
Yes, you have been. Now, with that being said, I put you on the spot the last time.
Yes. Yes. What?
Which one of these poems is like your favorite.
That's why I brought the book.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, that was the very reason I went by the house and picked it up. Because I said, she gonna do it to me again.
Yes, because and I can't, and that's a shame that I should have gone back and actually paid attention and picked the ones that were mine as well. But I would love to know which one is your favorite. Like, do you have a favorite stage? Or do you have a favorite poem? Or like?
Okay, well this is part of the aftermath. Okay. This is very important. Because the pivotal moment in my aftermath came at the Grand Canyon. And that's another thing you all will learn about me. Certain things that hit so emotional, I can immediately, like, she'll say, get the red nose and the watery eyes. But it all came to a culmination in 2018 when I was finally able to go to the Grand Canyon. And I flew out on my dad's birthday. It became very important to fly out on his birthday. And I went to the canyon. I flew out by myself, went by myself, flew back. So that was really badass. I love that. But yeah, this is one of my favorites, okay?
Shh. Turn it off. You were supposed to go upstairs. I'm about to take off my shoe.
Don't y'all love this? This is our life. Okay, wait, my nephew, do you think that there's a part of relationships that hinder a person from reaching their full potential in life? You killing it tonight. You killing it. I do believe that in a relationship, okay, first off, let me say, I am not con about marriage. I think marriage is great. I really do. I wish that I would have been able to have a sustaining life relationship in this lifetime. I didn't have it in this lifetime, but I know there are more to come, so I'm not really worried about it. I've had a pretty good time. But I do believe that in order to get married, the two people have to know themselves. Yeah. You have to know yourself, and you have to have your own visions, your own goals that you're willing to share with another person. So a lot of times, unfortunately, people, I'm in love, or I love you, and they think love's going to conquer all, and it doesn't, because they're not whole people when they enter into the union. Now, this book revolves around my last marriage. I was married to the children's father for almost 20 years, okay? And we were kids when we got married, okay? But we loved each other. We had to be together. And we were
like 46 years.
Yeah, can you imagine? Yeah. And we were about as fractured young adults as you could possibly be, right. Okay? He was the oldest in a big family, and he felt there was a lot of, unfortunate importance that, and burdens that he had to bear because he was the oldest. And I was the youngest in my family. And I felt that my parents, whom I loved dearly, but at the time I felt that their loyalties and their attention were, doled on my other sisters. And I kind of got lost in the sauce. So we clung to each other, oh, I need you and you need me and I love you and you love me. And so we got married. Now, I never call that marriage a failure, because through that marriage and through God's design, I had this one and I had my son. So there was a reasoning for that. But the union didn't last because we weren't whole people. And I would stand by that to this day. To go to my host, because I'm going there. This is I watch Morgan, I watch my son-in-law Kevin, and that's the standard. It ain't easy to be married. It ain't easy to have a union. No. But they went into it as two individuals who decided they wanted to be together. Okay? Do you want to tag Robin Smith in this video? Okay, cool. Tag her.
Who? No,
Robin.
Can you?
Yeah. It says tag.
So. Oh, okay.
Okay. Did I do it?
I don't know.
Tag.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. So here comes the favorite poem. All right. Robin is part of the North Carolina crew, the lunch crew.
Hi.
Okay. My emotional alchemy consists of that I am the emotional alchemist. I'm mosaic by lineage. I'm smart by parental design. I'm funny by nature. I'm acerbic by choice. Sensual and sexy by star sign. Sensitive by survival. Inquisitive by necessity. Protective by instinct. Warrior by sensibility. Solo by respect of self. Existing by fortitude. Rejoicing by empathic INFJ Bruja discovery. Intro and extroverted by protective choice. Loving by life journey. And alive by Akashic soul star journey. So that's where I am today.
Oh, you're getting teary-eyed over that too.
And all of that, I mean, it was like at the canyon, there were my parents' spirits, there was my divine, and there was me in 105 degrees. But yeah, it was life-changing. So that's where I am today.
Okay.
But if I was going to talk about one, it'd probably be decisions. So if you find that, I'll read that too.
Decisions?
Yes,
okay.
decisions.
Let me look for that.
Okay.
Okay. God, I really wish, and I should have. It's my fault.
Well, you've been a little busy today.
Yeah.
But I think I spoke on that the last time. You know, there was a lot of love there. And the decision was difficult for both of us. And thankfully, we have gotten past that situation as well. Mm-hmm. So
now decision is from the anger stage.
Yes. Okay. The decision was made. I became the sacrifice. You, the one of indecision, took a stand on the essence of our lives, trying to convince you, me, and everyone else that you'd be happier alone. So you buried your feelings under 6 feet of guilt, ashes to ashes, and love to dust.
Look at that.
Yeah. Pretty much says it all, then.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, that's because I know the story, too. But yeah.
Pretty much says it all.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think probably denial and anger were my 2 favorite stages. You could just you could feel it, like all that you were going through, and that again just that happens with any of them. I know that I say that I'm quick to like divorce, but like
yeah, it takes just as much effort to stay married to someone, and I don't care who wants to take me to task for this, as it does to dissolve a partnership that seemingly doesn't have problems. Okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not talking about all the other things that can go wrong, and people have to split.
Right.
But yeah, it's difficult when you have to dissolve something that seems so good.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. I like that. All right. Are any final words before we conclude?
No. Like I said, I hope everybody will first off buy it.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And read it.
Yes.
Because it is a labor of love. And, I want everybody to experience it. Another one is coming. This also has, now I have a web page, I'm not hawking all my wares, but besides writing these, I also blog. Yeah. So the blogs become a little more in-depth, give a little more information. Yeah. But I always like to do that because I like people to, interact and ask questions and have conversations and things of that nature that we can talk about. And it's not just for women, guys, because I'm always interested in the male perspective. I'm always interested because I find it fascinating. I do. So the subjects will be, unisexual in nature.
Oh, life, relationships.
Yeah.
Someone else wants a tag.
Oh.
Hello, Sandra.
This
Sandra?
is Linda. Yeah,
Sandra.
Linda
I'm sorry I said that wrong.
this is Linda Michelle's sister. Yes.
Well, yes, indeedy. Okay, so now you can. Miss Alice wants to tag. I'm hitting yes on that one. Hi.
Hello, Queen. Hello.
Awesome. Yes.
Hello, Queen.
So again, the book is available. You can still have it on ebook.
Yeah,
so it's an ebook for $9.99.
Yeah, and paperback.
Yes.
The paperback's
Paperback for
$11.99.
$11.99.
Only to cover the cost of the printing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you ain't got to explain that.
True. That's true. That's my brilliance. $11.99 worth of brilliance.
It's a book. It's a book.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yes, $11.99 for the actual book copy, and it also has the additional poems in there called the Aftermath.
Yes, and the prologue. Yes.
All right. I thank y'all for tuning in. Still put your questions and comments down below. I'm going to share this to my page so my friends can see it, and then also my other page.
Okay.
So we're going to keep this conversation going by all means.
Yeah, definitely, because I like talking about relationships. I like talking about
there's no one
matter.
way.
No,
there's no one way.
No, there is not. And nowadays, with polyamorism and thruples and all this other stuff that's going on now, millennial design.
Thruples.
Thruples.
That's what they say.
Yes.
It's a new one on me, folks. All right. I love y'all. Okay.
I mean, seriously.
I'm going to go check on my kids.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out. Thank you for tuning in. Yay.